I have such good shoulders to cry on. I have always had great shoulders for people to cry on. It's always been like that, and ever since I was at school fully grown adults would want to cry on my shoulders as well. There is something about my shoulders which just makes everyone want to cry on. It was very traumatizing for me as a young person to have these fully grown adults crying on my shoulders. I couldn't understand it, and I even had to go through life with my parents crying on my shoulders. I have been told that I have very good shoulders to cry on and I don't really see it. I mean, they are just like any other shoulders in the world. I even get strangers come up to me wanting to cry on my shoulders and it was annoying. For a majority of my life my shoulders have been a source of pain for me. Then when I lost my job I suddenly realized that I had another potential source of income. Instead of resisting what my shoulders seemed to offer, I decided to offer people my shoulders to cry on. I go online to put pictures of my shoulders and it got huge visibility. So many people wanted to cry on my shoulders. So I found a place and I started charging an hourly rate. People came in droves to cry on my shoulders and the money was really coming in. I will admit that it was tiring to have loads of people coming in to cry on my shoulders. I always did wonder why people love to cry on my shoulders. And I also wondered what made my shoulders more special than others. I have no idea and I guess it's just one of those things. I never thought of having a business of my own but here we go. Then there were those who wouldn't accept that their time had ran out, and they still wanted to cry on my shoulders. Then I started to have a stalker and it was a woman. She kept sending me letters of how she was going to chop off my shoulders, so that she could cry on them all day long. I ignored it but then one day it felt like there was something heavy on my shoulders. I didn't know what it was but I felt the weight of all those problems that people had cried on my shoulders. One day the weight on my shoulders were so heavy that I couldn't get up. The weight of all those emotional and psychological problems from people crying on my shoulders had become too much. Then that female stalker somehow broke the lock and entered the room. She had a large machete in her hands. "Your shoulders are so beautiful," she spoke to my shoulders.